Hello, my sweet dear magical friends. Welcome to your reading with me as we open up the energies of your download using the tarot. First, I'm going to take you through our fancy website, The Wholesome Occultist, and take you over to the Halloween edition 6-month kit. Hope you guys are all doing very well today. It's been very hectic and busy, but wonderfully so. I love being busy. So, just really quick, some of the things that you guys get from this kit. 6 months worth of psychic ability and protection boosting tea. Make sure to check out the wonderful Zoom that we did with Apothecafe PA on the channel. It should be the most recent video before this one. You also get the metal mesh tea infuser chamber. You guys get a pendulum set. You get frankincense burners. You get mugwort, which is the premier protection herb. You also will get the Psychic Smudging Mini Kit. That'll have a feather, the Avalon Shell, Palo Santo, Sweetgrass Protective Braid. You guys are going to get a very cute, very cool ritual spoon, the Travel Ready Glass. This is a lot of stuff. Travel Ready Glass Mug, the Special Protection Elixir, which is another word to say tincture. You guys are going to get the Oogie Boogie Bath Bomb, and then you're going to get an 8-page paper pamphlet that has all the instruction that you guys need of how to use all of this stuff, how to use all of the items included in this kit. So I'm super excited to be able to offer this. I love kits like this, all of these witchy little things. And this is another thing, like if you guys grew up very into maybe witchcraft, but maybe just grimoires or spells, potions, maybe, you know, looking up as it came up in the Zoom, really into the witch trials or England or fairies, anything like that, carry over from a past life. Actually, let's do a fit check today because, you know, it's been, like I said, very pleasantly busy, but I love these pants so much. I have my little corset, so let me just adjust this. But yeah, love these pants. These are my, it's funny that I'm showing you the shoes doing this because this is the, see if I can still do it. Maybe not on here. Oh, I don't know if you guys heard all of my bones cracking, but that's basically your sidekick. Is you do your face this way, you lift, turn those hips, and bring it back down. Anyway, these are the Shining pants. Hopefully you guys heard some of that. These are the Shining pants because it really just reminds me of that beautiful hotel in The Shining where you know, come play with us, Danny type energy. Anyway, yeah, so it's been hectic and busy and wonderfully so. But anyway, tuning into your energies, I'm picking up a very martial energy. This is very much together. Oh, so that explains it. So I'm back on my correct sleep schedule. Let's see, I'm recording this Thursday and it was last night I was able to get to bed at a decent hour. Okay, this is another thing that I'm really excited about the protection kit because number one, we're already in the energy, and I'm going to put the text up. I'm going to look it up for you guys when you can expect to feel the eclipses. I think it's something like 30 days before and after these eclipses that it's going to like really, sorry, just really want to take these little things off. Then you can feel the eclipse effects, but anyway, last night got to bed at a decent hour, woke up very early this morning, and I was experimenting last night with some witchy things, I guess you can call them spells, intentions, energy work, whatever verbiage you want to use. It worked. I'm very empirical. I'm very results driven. I would not have invested more into learning astrology if it wasn't working, if I didn't see results. The same thing with everything else. So that's what I always encourage is for you guys to like test things out, get results. And if you're encouraged by those results, then just keep going. So anyway, I did some witchy things last night and I got really great sleep. So it worked. And I also woke up very refreshed, up at 7:30. And had some incredible, inspiring dreams because I was sort of, for me, the magic that I was working was a little bit creative for screenwriting. So I woke up with an incredible golden idea that I was able to actually get done because I take that block of time, those 4 hours in the morning, to just do, you know, my thing, to just do what I need to do. Maybe sometimes it's admin, but it really is so precious and important to me. So I like to do those top heart priority things at the top of the day. Plus, you know, you just come from beta. I like to snooze for about 30 minutes because you're going from beta frequency all the way down to delta. So you're skipping right through going beta, alpha, theta to delta, and then you're coming all the way back up to beta. So you're really going from like beta to delta. And that's what, I don't know if it was Thomas Edison or maybe Nikola Tesla, one of those guys did the same thing. And it's like a couple of those guys did the same thing. Anyway, so now I'm kind of wondering, like, what are we... I have a pretty decent pitching opportunity coming up in a couple weeks, and so I'm really excited about this new one. It's basically like a TV show, very much in the vein of being John Malkovich. Like, it was this entire dream was the first pilot episode. So like I woke up and it was just like 7:30, snooze to 8. I was out of the bed by 8 a.m. By 8:15, had my coffee, my water, and I was like, I forgot to tell you, I mean, I have my coffee, I have my water, but I also like to have juice, and I also like to have tea. You guys know, like, I'm big on like having a lot of beverages, so I usually like to have coffee, tea, water, and juice. Pineapple juice has been the thing like lately, but I'll also do apple juice or like whatever I'm feeling, whatever my body's wanting. But I just have to put this in case it helps anybody. Okay, bye. I mean, I wasn't typing, I was writing. I like to do mine. Thank you, Al, for the pens for my wish list that you sent me. I do my color gel pen outline and breaking story. So I just took the whole morning to break the story. Like I'm trying to get to talk about you guys. This energy that I'm tuning into for you guys is very, very martial, very much marshaling your energies. And it feels like you set something. I'm seeing this obstacle course. It's not like one of those fake ones that you see on the game shows. This is something that's more, it's like outdoors. It's outdoors and it's like this whole big thing, but it's like, it's almost like you accept this one thing, this one course of action, and then it's just implementing and follow through and carrying it through and carrying it out. So it's like a different kind of discipline. It's not like the discipline where you need to continue to create more and more or to break through glass ceilings or to innovate new things. It's not, or start new projects or problem solve. It's not really like that. This is really about some kind of sustaining or some kind of I don't know, just getting through this obstacle course. So, but it feels very strength based. So I don't know if that's like physical strength or if that's like mental strength. I'm not sure. We're going to open it up with the tarot right now. So yeah, that's me a little bit on my side. Just feeling so much better with the, so that's the thing. And guys, we're going into this solar eclipse on October the 25th. And that's in Scorpio, and Scorpio is like the pretty witchy. It's pretty, you know, bonds and boundaries in terms of your energy is extremely important. And that's another reason why I'm very passionate about my first, you know, this first box that we're doing being this like Halloween edition of the protection box, because I kind of grew up with a lot of psychic attacks. And that's like most of my childhood. I couldn't concentrate in school. I couldn't do anything. And that's part of how you know you're being psychically targeted, is when you can't do anything, or you get depressed, or you get like super insecure, especially if it's out of normal for you. If you're normally happy-go-lucky, or you normally sleep really well, and then you can't sleep, or you start thinking about weird things, or you start to get upset for no reason, like all of that kind of thing. And if you have a history of depression, that could even go back as far as childhood, where maybe that's not as characteristic of you as you thought it was, but it's because of other stuff happening. Alcoholism. Alcoholics are these like, watch my TikTok on the effects, the psychic effects of alcohol, because it burns out your etheric web and it makes you more susceptible to psychic attack, but also negative energy from other people. So if you had to grow up in a home with an alcoholic, I mean, entity attachment, that's like a whole other conversation. We're not getting into it, but that's just one of those things, is one of the ways that you're susceptible. But, you know, there's a lot that you can do aside from the protection that we offer in the box. One of those things is like eating new energy food, like fresh fruits and fresh vegetables. You don't want to eat too much like dead energy, which is meat and stuff. Now, when I'm like, for instance, menstruating or pre-menstrual or whatever, my body like craves meat. Like it gets super primitive and super primal, and I just want to like, you know, be super primitive. So, you know, like don't be like super strict with veganism where you're like not getting your iron and you're not doing it like in a healthy way. Some people have different bodies and types. I always consult your doctor, always consult your physician. But even that, it doesn't mean that you can't get psychically attacked, even if you're like vegan or something. So just watch your energy levels. Email me if you guys have any questions. Let's check into this energy, this martial energy. It's very soldier-like. It's very, and I'm seeing this obstacle course. So tell me about this obstacle course or this martial energy. What message am I here to deliver to the people? The people today. Thank you. This is a lot, but I feel like I have to take it because the first 3 cards are the High Priestess, the Tower, and the Wheel of Fortune. What else is here? Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. So that Knight of Pentacles is kind of what I'm feeling like. This is a soldier on a horse, and it's very much about sustaining, about keeping something going. You started it, you opened it up, now you got to keep it going. Now, what's interesting is that, yeah, the Ace of Pentacles is an opportunity. It's maybe like a VIP opportunity, something maybe a little bit special or a little bit, I just don't know what I want to lead with this pitching opportunity I have. Like, have something else I was ready to pitch in, but this new idea is really, really exciting. I broke the story. I don't know. I have to think about it. I have to really think about it. It's just like a really big commitment, like work, especially like working with people. If you're hiring people, working with people, like it's just like, do you really want to see them every day, or do you really want to work with these people? You know, like that's just like it's like a big thing. So I'm gonna sit with it. I'm talking to some producer friends right now. I'll ask them. I already got some great feedback on a very early draft of the other one, so at least I know it's already hot to trot. People already like that one. Anyway, so this Tower and the Wheel of Fortune, that's very wild, very wild, very, very, very wild. So, and that's another thing, like with eclipse energy, anyone doing magic, anyone trying to do like attack spells, and that's another thing. Like when I do get psychically attacked now, I have so much more support than I've ever had in my entire life. So I didn't have, and this was a whole big thing with me growing up, where I was like, when I got on YouTube and I saw all these people saying like, I work with these angels and I see these angels and I have all, they're talking about their angelic experiences, and I'm sitting there going, what the fuck, man? Why did I get all this shit? And why are all these people talking about like their angel experiences? Like why did I never have any of those experiences? You know what I'm saying? I do now. So now I am working with like everybody. I have a whole cosmic crew. And so just like I told you guys with the ancestor story, when that girl sent me her ancestors and we had like a chat, it's the same thing. So I know when you sent me demons. I've known when you guys have tried to send me, not you, but like, you know, haters and stuff. So I know that because let me just say another thing. Like, if you think you're sending anyone Lilith, or you think you're sending any little demigods or demons out to people, you're being used. You're being used. You're being played. Especially sending them after someone like me. You know, you're the one being taken advantage of, and you don't want to give anyone like me standing to protect myself. So I'm trying to extend this power to you guys with the protection box. And it has everything I'm talking about. I'm being vague and ambiguous on purpose because all the real information is in the 8-page pamphlet that you guys are going to get with the protection box. Okay. So, you know, you can fumble your way around it with this eclipse energy and you know, try to get the box. It won't get there by Halloween. You order by the 12th to get it by Halloween. That's when we're like, you know, but it'll get there later after Halloween. We have a limited supply, so we're just gonna sell those out, and then that'll be it. So, yeah, I'd rather you guys have it like on hand. And here's the thing: is that people do all kinds of like negative energy work and spell work. That's one of those high priestesses here, and they don't know what they're doing, but they're doing it. You know, like you have that negative person in your life, or you have haters on the internet, or you've got, I don't know, like family that hates you and shit, you know, but it's like, you just learn, like you just have to learn. You know, I've learned that me being so desperate and such a simp for family love only made it that much easier for my family to just tear me to pieces and hurt me, exploit me, scapegoat me, slander me, like all this crazy shit. So you gotta learn that. Right back. All right, so this is super wild energy. We're going to open that up even further, but it does look like some kind of opportunity opening up. So that's another thing, like eclipse energy is so wild that it's just, there's a lot of potential unintended consequences. That's why I'm very much focused on just like, for you guys especially, like just protection, straight up protection from things, you know. So how would I put this? Like, as far as like manifesting on an eclipse, I'm gonna say, what's that expression? Like, at your own risk. Do that at your own risk. It's not something that I'm necessarily recommending. Especially if you're a novice, especially if you're an amateur, especially if you're just like a newbie, a baby psychic, or like a newbie witch or something. My sister and I were totally obsessed with potions and witchery, and I mean, since we were very, very small. So like I know I have my I'm gonna tell you my astrological signatures, but I know in my chart, both my sister and I were witches in a past life. So like, you know, you bring that kind of thing with you. So all right, let's keep going. What else is going on with this? And another bunch of cards, but I'm gonna take them. Eight of Swords, Eight of Cups, and the Hanged Man. Two roads diverged in the yellow wood. Sorry, I could not travel both. The one traveler, long I stood, walked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other, just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the passing there had worn them really about the same. Both that morning equally lay, and leaves no step had trodden back. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how weary and aware, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Someone's blocked, though. Someone's at that fork in the road, and there's like a blockage there. Now, that might be a real block, but it's probably more just something that they perceive as some kind of obstacle. It's not really stopping them. It's just something in their mind that's probably just stopping them. What's going on? Last energy for my people. What am I here to say? What is the message? Can't be a super long reading today. I have time constraints because reasons. We have the Seven of Pentacles and we have the Hermit. Oh my god, you can see my pink fluffy coat. Excuse whatever you see in the background. I keep it extremely clean here, but it's a very bohemian apartment. And I don't mean like aesthetic bohemian, like on Pinterest or on TikTok, or like pretty bohemian. I mean like actual bohemian. Like all this is like, most of this is like freegan. And since I'm a Cancer rising, it probably just looks like a bunch of junk. It probably just looks like a bunch of junk in a room. Three of Wands, 10 of Wands. I don't fucking care. Page of Swords. Page of Swords, bottom of the deck. Interesting. Very interesting. That's very telling. I'm getting like a very, I don't know if this is like forms or I don't know if this is like forms or applications, or it should just be paperwork. You know, maybe you're onboarding like a new hire or something, or you're maybe, you know, something like that. Don't get frustrated. I'm getting like that there might be something frustrating. Oh, you know what? Thank you for the reminder. So, you know, technically we're not in Mercury retrograde anymore. Mercury already went direct. However, we're not out of the woods completely because Mercury's still in the shadow period. So we're still covering ground that we already covered. I don't know, like the end of August, beginning of September, somewhere around there. So we're not like technically out of the woods of that until October the 16th. So I'm just going to, and even then we're still like in eclipse energy and we're still on the Saturn-Uranus square. So I guess this is pretty fitting if you're watching this anywhere around. I'm recording this October the 6th on Thursday. So morning, afternoon, early afternoon. So, you know, it's, I would just, if there is anything written frustrating, get everything in writing. Don't, okay, here's what I'm getting with the Three of Wands. You might be overlooking the details. You might be so maybe excited about this, the big thing, you know, the bigger vision, but do not overlook the details. You might not want to as well. You might be like, you know, it doesn't really matter. It'll take care of itself. I'll work itself out. I'll just do blah, blah, blah. Don't do that. Just make sure you're on your shit with all of that. Make sure it's all turned in. Make sure all the T's are crossed and all the I's are dotted. Make sure it's all done, because it looks like it's going to be kind of overwhelming and kind of a pain in the ass, but it's important. If that's not resonating with you, this Page of Swords is definitely the test of integrity. So, you know, that Ten of Wands is there. And I'm not even going to assign any kind of astrological signature to it. We all have all of the houses and all of the planets in our charts. So even if you think you're going to be all discriminatory against like Pisces, you know, oh, I hate Pisces or so this or so that, you think, you know, you have a Pisces house. And even if you're intercepted in your chart, if you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. You still have a Neptune and Jupiter doing things in your chart. So the whole purpose is to be whole. And that is the definition of integrity, when all the pieces are together. Okay. And then they're operating together, and you're strong. You're only as strong as your weakest link. Okay. You're only as fast as your slowest machine. I like to say. So it's what you make of it. It's what you make of the energies you have. That, you know, are you going to, so I'm going to say, you know, say what you're going to say. If you say you're going to say something, say it. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Just do, you know what I'm saying? Just do the do. Do what you say you're going to do, say what you say you're going to say, and just, you know, because otherwise, you know, make sure you haven't overlooked anything that you might have said, and you don't make sure that you have not overlooked things that you have promised, that you have said, that you have committed to or not committed to, or make sure you followed up when you said you were going to follow up. All of the things, because you might, the Three of Wands, you might just get very lost in that bigger picture, but just stay on top of it, stay on the ball. That's what all this is for, is to be able to stay on the ball. Now, the Seven of Pentacles and the Hermit, this is some spiritual stuff. You have all the spiritual major arcana. You have the Hermit, you have the Hanged Man, you have the High Priestess. So all of the instability, you know, like if anything falls through or any bad news comes in from now until the 16th or anything like that, or anything that's really annoying or irritable, you know, anything like that, anything that kind of comes up, you need the fourth house is not just like home and property and real estate. It's also the emotional foundation. That is what you can stand on for the rest of your chart to kind of function. So that's kind of what I'm getting with this, but it has to be like your spiritual strength, your spiritual foundation, spiritual, how you feel based on what you believe is your spirituality. I repeat, I might be talking too fast, I can't tell. Your spirituality, all of us have spirituality. Your spirituality is how you feel moment to moment, day to day, based on what you believe. So maybe you feel super sarcastic and negative every day because you don't believe anything happens after you die. It just goes black. So you're like, what's the point? You know, I'm just going to be a dick. I'm just going to not hold the elevator. I'm just going to, you know, litter in the sidewalk, you know, whatever. You're just all like that. Well, you're going to have a shitty life experience, and no one's going to suffer except you. You know, you're going to sprinkle your little Scroogey pieces of shit everywhere you go, being rude and littering and upsetting people and being mean. But they can get over that. They can take their power back, and they're going to move on with their day. They're going to move on with their life. They're not going to fucking remember you. But you're going to be a little Scrooge, little Grinch ass, little grouch ass about it, and you're going to have your whole life that's fucking miserable. Because that's your spirituality. That's my point. You know? So the Hermit, Hanged Man, High Priestess, I'm getting that you, someone else you're connecting to at some kind of crossroads, and it has to be the decision you make. You know what? This Page of Swords could even be a young person. It's either a young person or an immature person, that Page of Swords. So, you know, if you're dealing with someone that's like, I don't know, maybe they're painful, maybe they're hurtful, maybe it's hurt people type situation. That could be a drag, that could be a burden. You might be like, ooh, I don't know. Can they handle this? You know, can they really, and if you, astrology speaking, take into account if someone hasn't been through their first Saturn return, they're going to hurt people. They're going to do things wrong. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to, and this, I'm getting such a soldier energy with this, that someone might be out of line. Someone might be like doing something out of protocol. So think about protocols, think about manners, think about respect. I'm getting some kind of hierarchical thing, some kind of like, I don't know if it's like paying your dues or if it's just a nod, you know, like a nod to, I don't know. I don't know if there's elders involved, maybe, maybe not. But for instance, the human brain isn't even done developing until you're 25. So everybody thinking we're all making great decisions up until 25, think again. It's impossible. Our brains are not even done growing. How are you going to make the best decisions when you don't even have all of your brain? So, so there's us. Start opening this up. Okay, we're okay on time. We're okay on time. So, like I said, this is very wild energy. This could be some kind of leveling up because you have some stabilizing energy with the Knight of Pentacles, but I'm getting very soldier energy. This is like being a good soldier, being a good, I don't know, being a good, what's that called? Like being a good pilot? No. It's like number 2, being a good henchman. Co-pilot. Thank you. Being a good co-pilot. What is this? High Priest. The 9 of Pentacles. This is a very... Please, YouTube, do not take this down. 9 of Pentacles. He's like literally cutting her hair. Your hair. No, that seems a little bit freaky. Not the good freaky either. 9 of Pentacles. Dominion, the magic of the lock of hair. Reserve and discretion bear secret, wild, and powerful loves in which 2 people nourish each other. Nine of Pentacles is traditionally a very bachelorette energy. There might be kind of a surprise alliance or a surprise. This is almost like you're paired up with someone. You know what I'm saying? This is almost like you're paired up with someone, and maybe for a project, maybe for a job, maybe for a living situation, maybe for a family emergency. Maybe there's a family emergency and someone's going to be living with you. You got to house someone, or you have a friend stranded in your town. And you're like, oh my God, all right, fine, come here. Just you can get it together over here. Or maybe it's some kind of like business thing where a mutual friend connects you to somebody else, and maybe it's really good for everyone's business, but you don't particularly like maybe it's just like a very harsh type of a thing, but that nourishing each other thing, there's an opportunity for some kind of continuity, but it does look like the situation might be because of some kind of disaster, or maybe just like really wild, unpredictable energy. You see what I'm saying, you guys? Like, it's just, yeah. It's like, on one hand, I think we're kind of already done as far as being able to do things or manifest in our maximum control and our maximum, because we started October on the Saturn-Uranus square, unpredictability. We started still on a Mercury retrograde, an important Mercury station a couple days in, and the shadow goes to the 16th, and then the eclipse is the 25th, and you're going to be feeling the eclipse all month. You're going to be feeling the square all month. So all of it looks very kind of unstable or temporary. It's either unstable and or temporary. So don't get like super cozy into any one thing. Just be very flexible, be very open, and try to be, like I said, just try to be understanding with other people, because people are going to be probably still paranoid and suspicious on this Mercury shadow until the 16th. And, it's like, take into account, like, they're either very young, maybe they're immature, maybe they're just, I'm not getting that they're negative. I'm just getting that, or you might be overlooking some kind of very important details because you're very excited, but you still have some stuff to wrap up. So yeah, that 9 of Pentacles, it's almost like there might be, or there can be a separation. If there's a separation, it's because there's a better offer, better opportunity, or something's come out. The High Priestess with the Tower, something's come out. That's another thing, like, hold your judgments, continue to build your prior, which is what you think before you make your opinion, because you're still gathering information. So you haven't taken a position yet. You're building but your prior is this. Keep it at the prior level before you even form the opinion until after October 16th. Because there could be more coming to light still. There could be more that you're working through. We're on the Mercury trine Pluto like today. And that's going to be digging a lot of stuff up, and you're still getting to the heart of the thing. You're still unearthing. There's more to unearth. A dead body comes up, and then another one comes up, and then they find another one. You know, it's just a lot of dead bodies. Let's take a look at the Hanged Man, the Eight of Cups. This is like the entire path. This is that whole other path that's not, you're like, you're feeling blocked or something. The Seven of, another Pentacle card, the Seven of Pentacles. Double Seven of Pentacles. You have the Seven, the Ace, the Knight, the Nine of Pentacles. So it actually connects to here. So that Hanged Man with the Eight of Swords is telling me that there could absolutely be some kind of delay. A delay of taking a path, a delay of a meaningful step or action towards your wish fulfillment. And it looks like it's you. It looks like, or whoever this is, it looks like it's because of that Eight of Swords. It's not like external circumstances. It's you. It's something inside. Let's just Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles, indifference, magic in the cup. Eight of Pentacles. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, I was reading the wrong one. See, I almost glossed right over it, but I paused and I took my own guidance. Tiredness, the magic of the Seven Knots. A love cannot remain pure and precious over time. I'm sorry, I cannot take credit for the guidance. You know where it comes from. Tiredness, the magic of the Seven Knots. A love cannot remain pure and precious over time unless you learn how to give energy to your partner. Damn. I feel it feels like someone just got called out. It's like in your life or something. The magic of the Seven. Let me read this a little bit slower. Magic of the Seven Knots. A love cannot remain pure and precious over time unless you learn how to give energy to your partner. I'd probably look up your love language, and it might be different, your love language to give love and to receive love. It might be different. Like maybe you give love as gifts, financial gifts, or acts of service, but you receive love in like quality time or something. I forgot. I think it's just called, like, just Google it, you'll find it. But that, you know, you might be thinking you're giving, but you're not giving, or like, you know, I don't know, something like that. There seems to be some kind of blockage there, a blockage of giving and receiving love, or maybe even just energy, a blockage to giving and receiving energy. Guys, wherever you put your focus on, that's where the energy goes. Guys, I'm so relieved. Like, I feel so much relief that I was able to wake up this morning and that I got my like 4-hour block of time in. I broke a news. I haven't been wanting, like, feeling authentically guided and inspired creatively to break stories since like the beginning of August. Which is like forever. It feels like that was forever ago. It's funny, that was a triple conjunction. That's when I broke like 6 stories though. I re-broke a few of my other stories. So it just such like relief. Like, it feels amazing. I'm a very prolific writer. Like, that's just, it's, and I've actually been journaling my psychic experiences since I was like very, very young. So I have old journals, I have diagrams, I have drawings, I have all of that stuff. So if there's any specialty, like if there's anything that I'm like expert at, it's psychic protection. It's being this psychic witch. It's being this energy worker. And being an amazing, prolific screenwriter too, of course. In the realm of protection though, because I've sustained so much attack, that what I thought was my biggest, greatest secret, being psychic and having all those attacks in my entire life, my whole childhood, turned out to really, really come in handy now. Yeah, because reasons. So let's open up this Seven of Pentacles and the Hermit, please. Because there's a lot of artists that it's very obvious and clear to me that are very much under psychic attack, and they burn out, or they lose their ability, they lose their creative ability, they lose that which makes them very creative, or maybe they would have otherwise been very prolific and they don't have that anymore, and they don't realize or understand how it's linked to psychic attack. All right, let's take a look at the Seven of Pentacles and that Hermit, please. Ooh, the Lovers. Was there anything else? No, just the Lovers. The Lovers. Okay. Seduction. The Red Magic. I hit my hands. I had a film I was in that got to this film festival. It's really cool. It's where this has from. The Lovers. Seduction. The Red Magic of the plants. Nature is an unerring guide. Plants and animals are examples to be imitated. Magic perfume seduces and sustains us in important sentimental choices. This is part of the blockage. This does not resonate. I'm getting no energy from this at all. There could, you know what this is? So being an Aquarian moon, sometimes the feeling nature is just really like all over the place, where like I remember I couldn't cry when my grandfather died, like at the time. I just couldn't do it. Like I just couldn't, it didn't happen. It didn't happen for like a year. And I was doing my dishes randomly, and then that's when I like cried about him dying. So that's what I'm getting with the Lovers. It's like there's some kind of, I don't know if this is anyone actually like, I don't know if I think someone's actually suffering because of this though. Like it's more like, let me put it this way. Your Saturn return is really going to show you what you fucked up in your 20s, and this is one of the things I tell my people, like when we do these one-on-one sessions, is, when we're young, when we're underage, when we're minors, when we're children under the age of 18, we perceive obstacles and challenges as our parents, the authority figures, school, principals, teachers, cops, like all of the authority figures. They're our enemy to freedom. They're our block to independence. They're the ones keeping us from doing whatever we want and being whoever we really feel we are, who we want to be. However, once you turn 18, all that goes away. You get more rights. Then you get to consume, buy alcohol. Then you get to rent a car. You get more rights as you get a little older, but really when you're 18, it all goes away. And all of the blockages, all of the inhibitors are inside of you. It's you. No more blaming mom and dad. No more blaming the schools. No more blaming government or authorities. No one is standing in your way but you. I know that's a lot of responsibility, right? So that Saturn return is understanding that and holding yourself accountable. So whatever like block this is, I'm gonna recommend that you come at this a little bit more logically anyway, because this looks like something No, wait, this is more like something it just very deep down. It's too deep. The knowing is just too deep. There's a lot of surface. I don't know if that's baggage, that Eight of Swords, or if it's This is almost like you're going to get to your Saturn return, or you're going to just come to some moment. I'm just using that as an example because you have a Page of Swords here, but you're going to get to some kind of moment where you you will have wanted to put more energy into this other path or this thing. But it looks like right now you do have like an internal mental blockage. So that could definitely, it's either creativity or it's like future planning, or like maybe it's relationships with the lovers. You know, maybe you're not picking good lovers or business partners or friendships, or like, I don't know. But this is going to take some time for you to unpack. Or if this is like all the same person, then it looks like there's going to be some kind of like twist of fate, some kind of like very unexpected wild energy to like make you confront this and to start, you know, building this out and figuring this out. We got to go. So there's a lot. If that resonates, book a reading. We'll open it up in your own dedicated reading, but let's get your guidance. Your divine photo guidance. What guidance am I here to deliver to the people? Ooh, Mother of Pearl. All right, I'll get that. Bottom of the deck is the Oriole. A new creative venture is on the horizon. See it as a positive change. This isn't my reading. I'm not like hijacking your reading, but it is making Natalie like think about my two scripts that I have now. Like the new one that I just broke this morning, the new story I broke this morning, and then the other one that I was already planning on. All right, hold on. It's right here. Okay, it is the ostrich. The choice is clear for you now. Follow the wisdom and truth you feel in your heart. I just broke it. Let me write the first draft. Let me just see. I'm not actually, when is my, where's my, I'll have to look at my timing, but I'm going to follow the same astrological guidance I'm telling you guys, which is see what things look like on the 16th, because I don't know, things might just happen. Let me see. Oh, and you have the Kingfisher. Prosperity is flowing. Have faith that you will receive it in the perfect form. Keyword, the form, the perfect form. That could be, of course, it could be finances. Of course, it could be financial help. Of course, but this can also be, you know, friends, family, kith and kin, people you choose to be your family, and or your networks. And don't use that word network lightly. Your ally, a network, it's not someone that you've exchanged a couple messages with on an Instagram DM. This is someone that you can reach out to them at 3 a.m. and ask for a favor, say that you have some kind of problem or, you know, something, and they will get back to you and they will let you know and they will come up with something and they will help you. That is your network. That's your, you know, so you might think that you have like this big network of people that really care about you, allyships, all of that. But really it comes down to who can you reach out to that really cares about, you know, seeing you do very well. And that you really trust will prove it. So I'll leave it there. I love you guys. Take very good care. Until next time, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Mwah.